Hey, good morning. So, these friends, right? We're going to continue on with the healing circle when you're going through divorce. We spoke about family yesterday. And so today it's just really friends, your circle of friendships that you have in your life, not family or anything like that, but just the people that you've picked up along the way of life, right? May not be the same people that are going to ride with you when you're going through the divorce process or after you've already been divorced, right? So typically, our friendships are based on commonalities, right? So you have the same interest, like the same things, go to the same places, um, kids are the same age, you're both married, things like that, something that you have a commonality in, so that there's some sort of um, interest there that would bring you guys together, right? So a lot of the times what happens is when you're going through a process like divorce, right, your interest, especially if they're another married couple, your interest kind of goes in different ways a little bit, right? And it could be that, you still have the same interests as far as, liking to vacation and same restaurants, same TV shows, things like that. But your core, your married principles, if you did things with each other as a married couple, that's going to kind of change. And then not only that, I think we spoke about this before, a lot of the times when a person in a friendship group, or I'm going to say a couple in a friendship group, becomes or goes through the divorce process or becomes divorced, it's kind of looked at like, well, I hope that doesn't happen to me. Well, maybe we should just kind of bow out of this relationship because, I don't want there to be any friction in our household. Or maybe there's already been friction in their household based upon whose side they're going to take, things like that, right? So that's one aspect of what could happen and why relationships, friendship relationships, are going to need or may need to be switched because or transitioned, I like to say, when you're in a divorce process or after you've already gone through divorce. So just kind of pay attention to that as well, because that's something that can really weigh heavy on your healing journey as well. Now you're sitting here thinking, I'm calling Lisa. Lisa hasn't been picking up. Lisa's been my road dog for the last 10, 15 years. And now all of a sudden I can't even get a call back. So those kind of things will send you down a spiral too, right? So instead of letting it take you there, realize what it is and then process it from that place, right? So it could also be that, you just really are kind of over that person, right? You're growing in a different direction from that person. Maybe the person that, you had a close friendship with or a close bond with, you guys just don't see things eye to eye anymore. And this happens often when you are entering into the healing process, right? When you have said, okay, these are the changes that I'm going to make in my life, and I'm starting right here. When you express that to your friends, they're looking at you like, that's not kind of really what I want to do, or I can't relate to that. Or they may even say, they're happy for you and support you in that, but their actions say something different, right? So you may feel the tension there, or when you're speaking to them, having conversations with them, you want to move the conversation one way and they continue to try to move it in another way. So by the time you get off the phone with them, or, you separate from wherever you guys met up or what have you, you kind of feel a little worse. Like, man, I used to have fun with her. I used to be able to, chop it up and talk to her. And now it just seems like I feel worse after, those interactions. So you have to look at that as well. Are we still aligned, as friends? And it's not necessarily that the relationship has to completely end. It may need to just shift, right? It's about making those little shifts when you're going through those that healing journey, so that ultimately you can get to where you need to go, right? So it's kind of making those little small detours, so that you can make sure that you're hitting your destination. So look out, for those things as well. The friendships that, you know, are no longer aligned, that are no longer in your best interest, instead of letting that hinder you and, pulling you into a place of sadness or a place of depression. Recognize what it is, right? And deal with it from that aspect with grace, right? And I always like to mention that everything with grace. Try not your your hardest not to take things so personal, right? And I know during the divorce process it's a very personal time, but everybody isn't there for that. Everybody isn't there just for you. Other people have things going on in their life, and it's not all about you at this point, right? We're going to get into what I call tribe members tomorrow. And that's a bit of a different type of relationship. But just remember those friendships, don't don't place more on them than what it's worth, and what it is, and then expecting something different from them. They didn't ask to be in that position, and you didn't even ask if it was okay for them to be in that position, right? So don't expect them to reach your level of expectation that you have of them, right? Because that's only going to set yourself up for failure. And then, on a good point, too, other people during this process are going to enter into your life, right? God is always going to give you what you need when you need it, right? Friends, friendships will come to pass, will come into your life at the moment that you need them. You may have not spoken to a friend in years, and all of a sudden you'll get that phone call like, hey girl, I was just thinking about you, or, I came across this and it reminded me of you. Or you might run into them, or it might be someone completely new that you might run into at a coffee shop or wherever you go, right? Look out and be open for that. So allow yourself to receive the energy that you want to have and feel in your life, right? Don't try to hold on to things that are no longer aligned with you, because that's going to take you deeper into a depressed state, right? You're trying to force something to happen. Remember, we spoke about that yin and yang, that force, right? And that pull. Don't force it. Know what it is that you want, right? And align your energy with that, and watch it come into your life. It will. And look out for it, and kind of expect it to happen, right? So don't be shocked when, you are in line at Target and someone says something to you and you just spark a conversation just like that. And now it just seems like you're instant friends and have been knowing each other for years, right? Because you have that type of connectivity, right, with that person. Look out for those good things, because I'm telling you, when you put it out there like that and universe knows that you need it, it will come to you, right? As long as you're open and you're receptive to it. Don't be closed off. Sometimes that happens when we get to that point where we're so guarded with our heart and our mind and our spirit at this time, that we what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word I'm trying to get to right now. But anyway, we repel. Thank you. you know, we repel really what it is that we desire. So we say that we want connection, we say that we want companionship, and I'm talking about on a friendship basis, but then we walk around and we give out the energy that repels the exact thing that we want, because of fear, right? And because of looking at things in a negative standpoint. Expect good things to happen to you. It may not be exactly how you intend it to be, right? It may not look like how you thought it was going to look, but be open to the feeling in which you want it to bring into your life, and what you want to receive. Be open to that, and it will come to you. So, wrapping it all up, don't hold on to things that have been not for you anymore, that have proven yourself, or that has proven itself to not be healthy for your relationship, no matter how long you've been in that relationship. Again, doesn't mean it has to completely end. It may end forever, it may end for a season, or it may just take a few steps back let it transition the way it needs to transition for your highest and your greatest good, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm dropping some real like facts here that's really going to help you as far as moving into your healing journey after divorce and continue on in your process and your healing journey so that you can get to the other side and be good. You know how to handle your relationships inside of, your romantic relationships and just your regular day-to-day friendly relations, whatever you want to call them. And also look out for those good ones. Okay. Look out and expect good things to happen. And I'm not only talking about just the regular relationships too. It may be that while you're going through the divorce process, and I'm going to touch on this really, really quick because this can put me way over my 10 minutes, what I'm getting ready to get into right now. So I might have to do another live on this subject. Matter of fact, I spoke about it before on a podcast that I was on, so I might link it here. Um, Anyhow, be open to other romantic relationships if that's what you want to do during this process. Now, some people have, their opinions on whether or not you should entertain or date or anything like that while you're in the divorce process or shortly after the divorce process. Some people, swear off of it for years. Now, whatever your energy is telling you, your healthy energy is telling you to do that, right? Um, Spend some time, honestly, understanding though why you want that or why you desire, that type of relationship. Is it because you're trying to cover up something? Is it because you just don't want to be lonely? Is it because you're not used to being by yourself? What is the reason why you are desiring a relationship within or during this process? And is it um, the right decision for you at this time? If your answer is, yes to all of those things, right? Yes, this is good for me. Yes, I am coming from a healthy state. Yes, this person that has come into my life at this time, he inspires me. He motivates me. He is helping me get through this process. And it's not like an attachment, um, an unhealthy attachment that you have to this person because you are trying to cover up something different, right? Because you don't want to deal with the other rooted issues that you have from your ex. All of that has to be, questioned, right? And come, into play here. So just a little tidbit on that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a whole another live on getting into romantic relationships, friendships, if you will, during this process. But anyhow, I'm just saying friendships in general. It could be male, it could be female, but specifically, I'm talking about relationships that are not romantic right now. Look out for those because you do need them in your life, and the ones that you had in the past that are no longer aligned with you, don't be afraid to transition those, okay? It's for you right now. Right now, the only thing that matters is your peace of mind, your happiness. Ladies, please do not be scared and discouraged from investing in you, giving your resources to you. If you were ever going to be self centered in life, this is the time where it's okay to be so. When you are going through the divorce process, when you're going through the divorce process and shortly after that divorce process, girl, it should only be about you, right? And of course, like I say all the time, I put that caveat: if you have kids, yes, you got to be there for the babies. However, this is your time of healing, your time, and it's a sacred time. Don't let anybody else come in there messing up your time of healing. They will have their time, and I'm sure they've already had their time, and it may come again. But right now, focus on you. Give your time, give your energy, give your money, give everything to you so that you can get to that other side. So, this topic today was about friendships, your friendship circle, your healing circle. If they're not for you at this place, it's time, or at this time, it's time to transition the relationship and look out for those new relationships that are going to come into your life at this particular time for your highest and greatest good. It may not last a lifetime. It may only last during this healing process. And then that also may transition. But look out for that. So I've been on here for a while and I really want to keep this 10 minutes and under. I will see you tomorrow and we're going to talk about tribe members. I break it down, the healing circle from family, the difference between family, your friends, and your tribe members, right? You need them all. And all of them have a different place in your life during this healing journey, especially when you're going through something as emotional as a divorce. Okay. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Love and light.